Hey, he's an uncut gem. Y'all get that shit.
Yes, you got
He
that.
said the name of the movie. That makes it more better.
Oh, are we some kind of uncut gem squad? Huh? You didn't laugh at that one.
You're more like a red opal with these jokes.
Anyway, people, the Double Toast pre-show. How you guys doing? I'll wait for you guys to tell me. Everyone be quiet. Just wait for the chat to say something.
Alright, I'll say the question.
I'm just gonna say anything. It's okay. Hey, all right. Now I get to actually move on to this screen right here. Roxy, I see you popping in. How are you doing?
I just woke up from a nap, Mom.
You always catch me with something in my mouth. I just sat down to get a fucking Oreo. I just put that shit in my mouth, and then you call on me first.
Okay, yeah, you might want to start off with that part because you're like, you always catch me with something in my mouth. I mean, I'm working over here. You know what I mean? You know.
I'm either eating something, I'm in the middle of a fart, or like a couple minutes before I was peeing when I got the message about like the show. So it's just like I swear to God, every single time people love to text me whenever I'm pooping, whenever I'm peeing.
I was about to ask, but were you shitting though, babe?
Nah, I pooped earlier before I got some Popeyes.
It's funny too though, because I even asked her. I was like, because she's like, I'm going to pee, and I'm like, are you taking a dump too? Like I just feel like it's probably a good idea to take that dump. You know what I mean? Just kind of
same time. Why not just chill some time?
You know what? Fuck it. At this point, yes, I was taking a massive. No, I really wasn't. No, I took a poo before I took a nap.
Oh, okay. Ganja, your internet's fucking rough out there. Like, yeah, it's pretty bad. But leave, come back, and then we'll talk about more shit. Cause I'll save the shit talk for him because we can just bond all day over the doo-doo. But here's the thing. This is fucking stupid. But no, I will say that not just making a joke because you shit all the time, Roxy, but like taking a shit before a show is such a great idea. It just kind of like opens your fucking mind, man. Like that's when they say like shower thoughts and like toilet thoughts. You come up with the best ideas and the best jokes and the best like I'm gonna plan my whole week out. Like you can do that on the good shit. So I prefer shitting before shows.
You get so much shit done. I mean, other than like actually shitting, like. Like you get to plan it out. You got your planner, you got, your little list of things that you got to do for the day. That's my Zen time.
Yeah, poor Game Boy. He's saying, I'm waiting for this fucking Amazon Prime ad to be done. I'm sorry, dude, we got to get paid somehow. And by the way, we're still not getting paid. What the fuck? Especially them. I actually feel really bad that we got so many people doing this. And once we actually start making money, I'll make sure to start paying you guys. And then you guys can technically say that talking about shit actually made you a little bit of pocket change. It'll be great. JJ Panda, what's going on, man? Nice to see you over here yet again. Or woman, I'm sorry, I never really asked you that. Gene Jeter over here chilling with us and whatnot. He says he dookied a Jesus face once.
Wait, what?
He said he dookied a Jesus face once. That's so disrespectful.
But how?
Yeah, like, what did he eat in order to get all the eyes and the beard and all that, like, fecal matter form?
How did your butthole, like, finesse the shapes?
Exactly. Like, it makes me think that, like, if someone was, like having sex with you and then the whole, like, up your butt, like, it might feel good because, like, your ass can do tricks, apparently. Like, do you also blow balloons, like, stuffed animals or balloon animals or whatever? Like, I don't know. Make that a carnival trick. Jed, speaking of shit, how you doing? No offense, that was actually really rude, but how you doing?
I don't know if my internet's bad right now.
Oh, really? Fuck. See, now that's the thing that we should actually be discussing because apparently I always talk to Roxy when she has to take a shit or eat something or pee or fart or whatever. But it's like when we do the shows, everyone's internet fucks up. What the fuck's going on with that? Mine should be messing up. I'm the one who's streaming the fucking thing.
I mean, I talk to you guys when I'm shitting.
Wait, what'd you say, Jed?
I'll be right back.
Oh no.
That's so unfortunate. I know.
Do you talk to people while you're shitting?
No, I can't do that because it distracts me. Like I feel like I should pay enough attention to like the actual shit coming out of my ass. Just because like this is a pretty big special natural moment happening. I'm kind of like, oh, I'll just distract myself. Like fuck that. Pay respects.
I do it sometimes.
Do you do that with Ganja?
Better now or that computers?
I think a little bit better now. But I'm not entirely sure. You had to say a lot of things for me to actually tell.
Maybe because, like, on your screen, like, my shit's basically messing up and going blurry, so I'm just like, oh, shit, here comes the internet. I might have to switch computers, but I'm comfortable laying down right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's just the fucking Google Hangouts thing, or probably my internet. Who knows? So many things I'm streaming towards right now, so that's probably a big indicator of that. And I'm sorry for calling you shitty. As Cedric called me out for it really quick. But no, but Roxy, like, yeah, do you talk to Ganja while you're taking a big old deuce?
I talk to everyone. Like sometimes when there's some tea going on and I have my laptop and I gotta pee or poop, I'll just take the call on my phone and I'll just mute myself. So that way I don't miss out on anything.
Oh, but you're not talking though. See, that's a big difference. Because if you were
I
talking,
mean, I talk to the credit card companies or like my phone company whenever I'm on the shitter.
see, but they don't care though. They'll be like, oh yeah, you know, it's just some person just sitting there. I don't know. Do you ever like, do you grunt or like, yeah? So what I would like to do is I'd like to complain for thing.
I don't do all that. No, that's too much for me. I get embarrassed.
By the way, do you do the prison shits where just so it doesn't smell, you flush really quickly?
Prison shits? If I'm at someone's house,
Yeah. Okay. I do that just in general.
yes.
I don't want to smell.
If I'm in public, yes. If I'm at home, I try, but I don't really do it as often.
No, I had to do the prison shits every single time. I don't like to have any kind of like, because I don't want to smell it either. Like the voice in my fucking head is way more ruder and way more creative, by the way, than anybody else I know. Like people always wonder, like, oh, I want to get myself like made fun of, blah blah blah. It's like that voice in my head is too clever. Where bullies don't matter, but bully lives inside my fucking brain. So if it smells, like he gonna be talking some shit about my shit, and it's gonna be rough. But anyways, here's the thing though. We got so much shit to talk about, and we're over here just talking about doo-doos and everything. But I'm gonna go and move this fucking show on. I wanted to touch on this. This is kind of a small thing, so we'll touch on this first. What do you think the story is behind this whole fucking thing with the Wighte Lives Matter tagging thing? Because they misspelled the fuck out of this, and I'm starting to think like maybe somebody did this on purpose just to kind of like make a joke or make him look stupid.
Damn. I come back and someone don't know how to spell.
Exactly. Like, they went out of their way for that shit. But, well, Jed, while you're here, because I know I asked Roxy first, but before you enter it goes off again, I'll ask you. Do you think this was on purpose or not?
That shit was on purpose. No one's that bad at spelling unless, like, they're actually trying to be, like, that bad.
Okay. That's what I was thinking, too. Because at first I was like, wow.
That's like, actually, like, go back to the picture.
Yeah, let me see it really quick. There you go.
See, look at that. If someone was, like, really couldn't spell, they spelled lives correctly, but they can't spell white.
Exactly.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if, like, this is, because someone said in the chat right now, they're like, yeah, I think that's where their last names were white. So it's like, hey, the white, you know, Wighte Lives Matter, don't fuck with this house, right? Because, like, Mr. and Mrs. White, I don't know. But Roxy, do you think I'm fucking stupid for falling for it? Because I thought this shit was actually some illiterate racist.
Mr. and Mrs. White.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's plausible at this point, but this shit's on purpose.
Okay.
This is the result of generations of inbreeding, generations of being misinformed, and basically giving, like, I don't know how to say it, like, the white weeaboo version of history, like, in school. Basically just pointing out, like, we love whites. Oh my god, whites are the greatest thing ever. Like, did you know whites did all this good things and no bad things whatsoever?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. This was on purpose. This was just some stupid ass shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny joke and everything, too, but at the same time, I always kind of get a little concerned with this because if they weren't actually doing this, like, if, like, let's just say, like, somebody wrote that on the white residents, I'm actually wondering, like, hey, is people going to go over there and be like, you stupid fucking racist, you dumb fuck, and going to fuck with these people and they have nothing to do with this shit written on the side of the house?
Yeah, the thing is, you know, I had something to say, but let me get my words together.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm just like, this could start a problem. I mean, it's not a really good idea to keep fucking with people, even if it is for a joke, because you're the only person that's going to be laughing at the fucking joke. You're going to be affecting somebody else's property and, you know, their well-being. But what are your thoughts on that particularly, Roxy? You think I'm looking too far into this?
No, actually, what I was thinking about that they could turn this into was, say their window gets broken or a piece of their fence gets taken out. That same person who wrote out Wighte Lives Matter could just as well write some stupid things like BLM Lives Matter or Black People Rock or whatever that one other person did.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically,
didn't some old guy basically try to frame black people for like vandalizing his place?
Yeah.
And wrote "Blacks Rule" on his
Have you ever heard
driveway.
a black person do that, by the way? They rule. This rules. This band rules, dude. Like, I never heard a black person use that word.
So it could turn into that situation where someone, well, it's going to be that person themselves. They're going to write like blacks rule, BLM rocks, BLM is radical, bro, or whatever the fuck. Who do you know that says that shit? When have you ever heard anybody say that?
Those are those like middle-aged fucking like teachers and shit who want to be hip with the kids.
It's
But they're still using outdated ass slang.
Yeah.
So if something happens to their property, they can easily use it as a way to garner sympathy from other white folk. Like, oh my god, they destroyed Target and they destroyed this innocent man's home. He was just voicing his opinion. How could you?
It was a compliment, man. Skull24 says, could this be an insurance scam? I could probably see that happening as well. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, those damages are not really insane things. It's like, how much money are you going to get back from that? Just enough to buy, like, the lumber to fucking redo your picket fence? Like, I don't know. I mean, I can see that being the case, but you never know. There's so many crazy fucking things happening in the world today. And, look, like, I'm going to get the whole racially charged shit out of the way. Because, for one, I gotta put this out here. I'm so sick of the fucking joke. And yes, I'm not gonna subscribe to the Quarantine and Chill newsletter. That sounds fucking stupid. So, anyways, you know, the Karen thing. It's not funny. And I know Corey's touched on this in Double Toasted shows, but I felt this for a while too, where it's just like, you know, ha, Karen this, Karen that, and the joke kind of really got taken away when white people decided, hey man, we don't have enough reasons to be like upset, or we're not as upset as black people are. We gotta take something. So. It's the K word, man. It's just like saying the N word. So
I mean, there's already a K word. They're just trying to, they're just trying to make another one?
I don't even know what the original... Oh, you mean like the C word?
No.
The saltine cracker?
No.
Oh, what? Is
I'm not gonna have you basically like guess it.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I mean, I could tell you, like, Jeffree Star said it in regards to Gwen Stefani.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, fuck. So, yeah, I guess I don't know, there's just so many fucking crazy things going on here that I just kind of lose track of it all. But the thing is, though, to bring this up is that apparently the big story here is that parents are no longer calling their kids Karen. They're not, you know, like they have like the baby name site or whatever, and like apparently the numbers has went down for people kind of like logging that their kid is called Karen. And I'm just kind of like, dude, there's so many other ridiculous fucking names. Like, for one, why have you even been calling kids Karen in the first place for the last 10 years before this joke was going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy to me. But do you think that this is actually true? Do you think that literally Karen is like one of those names now that's almost a meme? But yeah, Roxy, what do you feel about that?
I mean, have you heard the other names that they're giving their kids? Like Michaela, Kaden, Jaden, Raiden, Satan, or whatever the fuck.
Well, Raiden's great. Don't you fucking even.
I knew a kid named Raiden. He was the biggest trust fund asshole I ever met in my entire life. They've come up with way worse names. You came up with Michaela Mayonnaise Soup du Jour, or whatever the fuck, and you're choosing to retire Karen, as opposed to all the other fucking bullshit ass names y'all come up with to throw. And then I feel like they're gonna continue to name him Karen, but they're just gonna throw some extra letters in so that it looks a different way, but it's still pronounced Karen.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, like Karen with a C.
as long as they're getting rid of names, they can get rid of Susan too, because Susan's an ugly ass name. No
I like Gertrude.
Gertrude needs to go. If you're naming your kid Gertrude, that's Gertrude. Don't name your kid Gertrude either.
Gertrude.
But yeah, if you're still naming your kid fucking Gertrude and shit, you want that kid to grow up and have a bad life.
Oh, I love you, JG Panda. He says Raiden from Metal Gear, or Raiden from Metal Gear. Yeah, guys, so really quick, what should actually, if there was like a fight between names, what should actually earn it? Should it be Raiden or Raiden? You only have one choice. I'm going to have the chat actually go about that. By the way, speaking of names, Cedric saying Meredith, I actually kind of like that name. That's not the worst. Just sounds really southern.
Wasn't that the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at one point?
Oh, oh no, yeah, Regis?
No, not Regis, like Meredith Vieira or something like that.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't even know. God, like that. That's not even like a crazy name. It's still kind of basic, but I just wouldn't be able to say it. Like my mouth is just like I can't like pronounce it. Another name that I really cannot stand that's always like the stereotypical like white douchebag jock, but Blake. I fucking hate the name Blake.
I'm surprised you didn't say Ryan.
well, my boy Ryan Wattson's such a great guy, so I don't want to say that.
No offense, Ryan, but I've seen a lot of douchebag named Ryan.
Yeah, BCBW, my friend's name's Karen, but she's so nice that everyone calls her Care Bear. Yeah, and I've known plenty of Karens that are cool, but all Ryans are trash, though. Sorry, Watson, you fucking set nice play. Yeah, Jacob, Brad, oh, dude, yeah, thank you, Cedric. Those are some rough ones.
Michael, Chet, Thad, Chad, Chaz, Trey. Oh, sorry. With the exception of our Trey.
Yeah, Chad, Chet.
Hunter.
Chet's a shitty one.
Oh,
Marissa just said Hunter. Oh, man.
I beat the shit out of a dude in high school named Hunter. He tried to start some shit in fucking art class with me. I threw him against the fucking kiln. I cannot stand his fucking ass.
Donald, Donald, I just feel like you're bullied. Like, I know, like, everyone's like, oh, Donald, because Donald Trump. I'm like, I've met some Donalds when I was a kid, and they're just such, like...
If their name isn't shortened to Don, then, no, I don't trust them.
Okay, so I don't want to say
Julian
this...
and Kyle, too. Those are two names
Kyle.
I've never had a positive experience with. I've never met a Kyle that I liked, and I never met a Julian that I liked.
What about a Ron?
I mean, there was a nice old, like, bus driver I had in middle school named Ron.
Yeah.
He actually took care of the brown and black kids on the bus.
And
Like, if anything racial was going on, he'd stop the bus and kick the people out that were starting shit.
Well, I like names that can be, like stretched out, like Ronnie, Ronald, Ron, Ronaldo. Like, there's, like, 4 different ways.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah. No, but, like, Christopher, Crazy. No, I'm just playing. That's not even one of them.
Oh, like, I don't think I've ever, like, met anyone named Dick who was, like, an okay person.
Yeah, even Richard. Which, by the way, that doesn't make no sense. How's that fucking short for Richard? Like, please,
I've never met a dude named Chris who was just like a chill person. My cousin's Chris. He's been to the pen multiple times. A couple of his other friends who also have the name Chris have also been to the pen multiple
Chris
times.
Hunt,
Oh,
with the big
right.
old
He's
dumper.
down with the cause. He's down with the cause though, so he's pretty chill.
Yeah,
but let me tell you, man, that the one Chris that we know, he has the fattest ass on a white man I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Which one is this?
The one we met in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I told him that when we were hanging out when Jet was chugging hot sauce and I was drinking a little bit. I told him, you know what? God loves you, Chris, and I'm really glad that you're my friend. Because I really want friends that have, like, fat asses. It's just, like, a blessing, you know?
If I was him, I'd be really irritated with your ass, dude. Just, I'm trying to
Why?
come in here
God gave him that dump truck.
You gotta dump like a dump truck.
Okay, by the way, just so you guys know, if you're a certain age,
All night
that's
long.
that's still an insult to say someone has a big ass. Like
How?
if you say that- because back in the day, like, people would be like, "Man, look at your big ol' ass," and you're like, "Oh," and you put like your school books behind your butt and you walk away and shit.
People are paying basically like thousands to get like big fucking asses. At this point, that ain't no insult unless like you want to be like a fucking stick.
Eros said my fat juicy asses.
Like a dump truck.
Fucking A,
I
dude.
say like what? What?
That
So
man has a straight dump truck. You can't even deny it.
I don't want to. I didn't want to say this with him not being here, so I'm glad he's here. But like, you are literally the only person with your actual like government name, Ganja.
What's up?
You're the only person with that government name that I like. I
Really?
fucking hate people. And here's the thing: all 3 of your names are shitty people names. Like
Yeah.
Garrett, Tyler Smith. I fucking despise Tyler's. I can't stand Smiths.
Jingleheimer Smith.
Yo, his name is my name too. You know him?
Yeah, I do.
God damn, small world.
But you don't like, dude, like, and I'm not even saying this like just as your friend. Like, I'm just gonna take this away like as if like I'm just looking at you as a person. You don't fit any of those names. Like, you're not white. You're not nerdy. You're not super professional. Like, I would, if you asked me to guess your name like 1,000 times, I would get it all wrong every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy.
It's mostly because my mom was into cowboys, so there we go, white name. So that's what you get.
I guess. Oh yeah, and, yeah. Fuck you, Ryan. But yeah, Nicholas Diaz is kind of an asshole name too. I think. I don't like my name. That's why
Every
I was
Nick
like-
Diaz I've known has either been cool or been a real dick. It's about 50-50.
Yeah, pretty much. And
And that's just with this one Diaz I know.
exactly. But yeah, I remember Marissa saying, Nick, no offense, but a lot of the Nicks I went to schools were. Oh no, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Nate Diaz. I don't like Nate. It's like it's not finished yet. I'm gonna say like
We're just-
I fuck good with Nate and call it Nat when I see it.
You want to say Nat when you see it?
Yeah, when I see it spelled out.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
We're just here roasting people's names and shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about to because I feel like we just insulted like 4 of our fucking people that are watching us. So sorry. Zone Blaze did the same thing too. Like, yeah, same with every Nick I've known, fucking assholes. So I don't know.
Nicks that I've known have either been assholes or theater kids for some reason.
Yeah, pretty much. But I guess now we'll get into some of the topics that we have at hand here, and some shit could be surprising, but if you really think about it, it's not. Adult film star, good old Ron Jeremy, got charged with 4 counts of sexual assault.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.
Sexual
4
assault.
sexual counts.
Cochino.
Yeah, like
You are a nasty old little hedgehog, you.
looking at his fucking head, wasn't he balding like fucking 10 years ago? How the hell is he still hanging on to
You
that
got the
hair?
Joe Rogan surgery where they put hair on top of your head.
I mean, I guess like.
Yeah, look at that. Like, does he have Noob Saibot in his shirt or Black
He
Panther?
kind of got the hair from like Big Ed from the 90 Days Fiance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like just sweaty and just like nasty and just looks dead on the outside.
Yeah, but Big Ed has more hair than Ron Jeremy.
That is very true.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty fucked. That he's.
But he doesn't have more neck though.
But
So
who
the
has more
thing
dick?
with the thing with Ron Jeremy is like, did you guys actually like seek out his porn?
I was about to ask Roxy that, and the reason I'm
Yeah.
not asking Jet that because who knows? Like you're kind of weird. But Roxy, did you ever jack your big old dick to Ron Jeremy?
I heard a lot of stuff about him, so I'm like, okay, well, let me see how good this dude is. So I looked him up myself. I felt uncomfortable, if anything. I don't get how this dude was like such a big sex god. Like, I watched his shit. Nothing about it got to me. Nothing about it excited me.
It's like the dude was like so fucking like just kind of gross or just kind of like off-putting that it became like ironic porn. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like there was a joke and then he wasn't actually part of the joke. He's like, "Oh, you guys are laughing at it? Well, fuck, I'll make a bunch of money and fuck hot chicks." And then he just did it and it was like that's it. That's the end.
Like, I watched the stroke game. I watched him, like, eating out the cookie. None of it did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn
Especially
thing.
with the nookie.
Nothing. Nothing did a thing for me.
Yeah, but what about you, Jet? Like, did you ever look at him and go like, "Okay, I can kind of see somebody liking this."
He makes me want to throw up. Like when I look at him, I think of basically like a friend of mine's like dad, who's basically like I guess in his 40s, but somehow he looks fucking 60. Doesn't take care of himself. Is always outside with his shirt off and shit, just having the sun just beat all down on him. He has liver spots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, not for me.
Yeah, Alexander, I love you, Nick. Sorry, I know it's all weird shit that we're talking about here. But like I'm looking at this too, and I mean, because he's 67 years old, and I'm like, God, I can't believe he still has a career in this kind of stuff. And by the way, the biggest shocking thing to me, and I'll let Ganja actually respond to this because I'm curious if he had the same feelings. But how are you gonna go and get yourself in trouble for being a sexual deviant when your job is being a sexual deviant? Like, I don't understand that. Ganja, what do you feel about this? Were you surprised by this? And Corey's calling me, so go ahead and tell people how you feel, and I will return in a little bit.
I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised to a certain extent because the dude is notorious for like being a nasty motherfucker. But when it comes to the idea of like rape, I'm actually kind of surprised it was that far. I figured he would probably be guilty of sexual assault or just like sexual advances that aren't warranted. And then it probably got to like maybe a gray area similar with the Zayar Ziri or how the fuck you pronounce his weird Latin name. But when it comes to that shit, like I'm actually a little surprised that Ron Jeremy got caught doing this shit, especially with like his whole career being fucking. And I guess it shows you that when it comes to rape, there's a lot more at play than just the idea of sex itself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not going to say that I'm like disturbed by it or upset by it. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, once upon a time a fucking nasty dude was a nasty dude. But like, I'm not trying to like, you know, also judge every single porn actress or whatever the fuck because they're normal people as well. But good God, man, like
the porn industry like really needs to undergo like some high fucking maintenance because there's a lot of abuse in porn.
Yeah, and this is one of the situations too where women have more power than I think they know because like there's so many horrible stories about women go through, and it's kind of like you guys realize that 80% of the success for porn is because of women, even from straight girls watching. They still want to see a straight girl get a good dick going. So it's like you guys are the lifeblood of that industry, and you're gonna let dudes like walk all over you or abuse you or whatever the fuck. Like, take control. Fuck these guys. You don't even need men anywhere in this shit. To be honest, like maybe like 2% of videos probably need a guy, but like, yeah, this is one situation where I don't understand how men have so much control. Do you agree with that at all, Roxy, or do you feel like maybe I'm I don't know, full of shit?
Whew. Sorry, I sneezed.
It's okay.
When it comes to this, like the porn industry as a whole generally does the whole goddamn thing needs to be just taken apart and rebuilt again, because I'm tired of all the misconceptions that men have long been getting from these videos. And I know someone's gonna comment like, yeah, no one ever said that we're gonna learn from it. It's obviously just for show. It's obviously just for theatrics. You understand that. Not everyone else. Do you know how many stories I've heard from other women talking about, oh, they decided to mess around and put on porn to like start things up, and then they would try to do the shit that was on the fucking video? And some of these things actually had a lot of negative consequences, not just people getting hurt, but actually people catching a case because they tried to do this shit. But honestly, who really watches it for the men?
Yeah, exactly. And like,
other than like people who specifically go out there and seek men, but
yeah, all those creeps.
Women are the ones doing the whole work.
And the ones that Tiger Kings catches fucking up.
Like when it comes to porn, like most of the time the women goes like above and beyond to do a bunch of shit. Like the amount of fake bitch. If you want to talk about theatrics, watch a woman in porn. She does the whole fucking kit and caboodle. She starts moaning and groaning and panting and sweating and fucking swaying.
She does
and
it so much,
all this.
I almost feel like it's off-putting. Cause I'm like, wait, are you trying to like get a record deal? Like, just Lord, it's like, okay.
She'll be cooking an omelet in one hand and like mowing the grass with another. Like, shit. You go, bitch. You go.
You go, bitch. No, I agree though. Yeah, like it's fucking crazy. I mean, honestly, like the acting is a little much for me. Like every time I'm like watching one of those fucking things, and girls like, oh god, it's like, all right, like you fucking waking up the
honestly,
baby. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like honestly, when I just keep hearing, just like a puppy, if I start hearing that shit, I'm turned off. I don't want to hear the constant whatever the fuck. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit. That does nothing for me. Honestly, most of the time I look up just either what?
Babe, you just explain why I don't like hentai.
Yeah, because those sound like abuse. Like every single one of those sounds is like, ooh.
Most of them are.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But like another thing too, it's just like, and it's like, he hasn't even done anything yet.
It's not that good, sis. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. We are done with lying. If the dick is trash, just say so.
And then the dude likes to like, I like how some of them, they're trying to like compete a little bit, and the guy's like, oh! It's like, oh, dude, can you not sound like a dumber jock? Like,
I'm going Super Saiyan 2!
I don't even think you noticed, because you know what? I got some shit to vent.
What's that? Gary says
there was... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
There was one time that this dude was so fucking bad. It felt like a broomstick was just in my crotch. I was not having fun. I was not enjoying myself whatsoever. He was a fucking big dude, so he was just sweating. I just wanted it to be over with, so I pulled some theatrics. I faked the fuck out of that shit just to get him the fuck off me. When in the first place, I should have just said, you know what? This is trash. You're trash. Your fucking hat and your hairline are trash. I'm done. Stop.
Now get your shit and leave some money on the counter, because that's mine now.
And he's like, well, wait. And then he turns around and you're like, ah. It's like, okay, fine. I'll get it.
And then you're just like, wait, this is your house. I'm stealing something out of here.
Dude, Gary made me blush. He goes, Nick, please do not make sexual noises again. Weird now. It's like, I'm literally embarrassed. I wasn't trying to go for an authentic one, you son of a bitch.
God damn it, Nick, you'll make me bust a nut!
Oh, God, fuck!
I mean, most of the time, that's how dudes often sound. It's just, oh, God, I fuck. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why are men so scared to moan?
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think most men are scared to moan. I just think that, like...
I think I moan too much.
No, you don't.
Okay. Hey, well, hey, we got Crash Bandicoot to talk about.
Hey,
like
do you
how-
moan when you play Crash Bandicoot? I don't.
No, here's another thing though. Apparently, I'm on playing Mortal Kombat. You fucking assholes.
I believe you, and I've
No,
seen
you
it
told me
happen.
that. Yeah, you like believe me. I don't do that.
No, because I
motherfucker.
think you go worse when you're like by yourself and like or just hanging out with you or someone you really trust, maybe Eddie, and you just going hard on it, like, oh,
I don't think I do.
come
that.
on, Scorpion, finish him.
I don't do that. I don't do that. Fuck you. Fuck you very much.
I do it sometimes because, you know, sometimes the person that you're playing with, it kind of gets in their head. It messes with them a little bit. So that way you have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. Oh,
Pro
thank you
tip.
for them bits, you Mike. Which, by the way, I thought you said you couldn't, man. So my bad. I was gonna read what you said.
He's
but
a liar! He's a liar!
He says
God
Funimation
damn
doesn't have any
liar.
balls anymore. They're a bunch of lying sacks of shit. Oh no, was something happen with Funimation? I'm kind of curious. Let us know in the chat. Or maybe look it up. I might have to leave soon because of Corey and the whole Dropbox.
Corey
situation.
Coleman.
Mr. Coleman. But yeah, dude. I mean, it sucks that the whole thing's going on with fucking what's his face around Jeremy. But we will move on from this because I gotta get your guys' opinion on a little something else. This is Charlize Theron. If I can actually show the fucking picture here, and good old Steven Segal on the left side. And boy, does he not age good at all.
How's he not having a Me Too moment yet?
Oh, he does.
Okay,
'Cause-
never mind.
Yeah,
He looks
that's-
like a potato.
He does, which don't say that though because I love potatoes and I am a potato, so fuck. But
He is one with the potato.
so apparently she went on this big thing that people were actually looking at her being kind of bad about, where she was saying like he's overweight, he can barely fight. Look it up, it's ridiculous. She said he's shoving people by the face. It's a whole setup. Which, by the way, yeah, the whole fucking thing's a setup because of the fact that it's a movie, you know. And then if he's doing something where he's teaching people how to do MMA, like yeah, he's not gonna really fuck them up. Like what the shit. But the thing that caught my eye that apparently has been 2 years old, and this goes to Ganja's question, over here in 2018, 2 women accused the above the law star of sexually assaulting them decades earlier, which
Damn,
Segal
called
has
it.
denied. Yeah. Yeah, actresses including Jenny McCarthy, Portia de Rossi, and Juliana have accused
Thanks.
him.
Damn, even the machine gun.
Pop, 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 and then reload. But the thing is, though, yeah, fucking 2 years ago, these girls came out and said they did this to him decades earlier, which means this is during the time where, because Steven Seagal actually cheated on his wife and shit too. Like he's done some things where I'm like,
Is he like in a serial cheater too? Because I know he got married a couple times.
yeah, he did. I mean, it's kind of like the whole Arnold Swollenpecker situation, you know. That's why I call him. 'Cause
I can't keep it in my pants. Ah!
I need to fuck.
He looks
Give
like
me
he
the
smells like
cookie nut.
salami.
You think Steven Seagal looks like a salami?
He looks like salami. He looks like he just smells like hot deli meat.
All right, so babe, you know who he always looked like to me? And Nick's gonna get mad at this comparison, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
All right, he looks like the dude from Bar Rescue.
Oh, John
Fuck,
Tapper.
I mean,
Yeah, I always see him.
Maybe if he shaves his beard. That
Every
could
time I
probably
see a Steven Seagal movie, I'm like, oh damn, he's gonna go kick some ass for $7.
John Taffer. There we go.
Yeah, John Tapper. Yeah, shut it down.
Shut it down! I'm gonna use my karate moves and shut it down.
Think
I'm gonna
about your
rate the
community.
salami in the fridge.
Yeah. But no, honestly, now looking at it, though, he does look like salami. Maybe like salami and John Taffer like had a baby. Imagine John Taffer fucking meat, just like, oh
So number
god.
5 meal, got you.
Yeah, rough. But yeah, man. I'm looking at the situation though, and I'm just thinking too, like Arnold. Like, by the way, like when you're famous and you are like cheating on your wife or sexually assaulting people, like what comes through your head of like just Arnold laying in bed, just like, oh, look at her with the fucking vacuum cleaner. Oh, I'm gonna fuck her. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna ruin my whole life. Fuck it. Just run to the room.
She don't speak English good like me. They won't believe none of us.
They won't be able to understand her screams of terror.
Order mine.
Yeah, I know. Yikes. But my whole thing though, it's like, yeah, why would you guys fuck up like this, man? Like this just means that you're more of a horrible person than what we know of, because you're really gonna put on a line like that, dude. 3 fucking women, 3 women.
3.
You know, and it's not like he's always been like a nerdy guy or an ugly guy. Like, dude, Steven Seagal, girls want to fuck this dude like crazy. You know what I mean? No, they did. He was a sex symbol back in the day, man.
Really?
know my
was
accent.
The
Was he a sex
ponytail
symbol?
and the like as everyone has pointed out, the greasiness, that was a sex symbol?
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Jet?
Like, I literally had to look him up now because I was just like, what the fuck did he look like back then? I'm just like, oh, yeah.
Wait, you didn't think he was a good-looking guy?
I'm gonna go with the no.
Yeah, I remember chicks were crazy about this dude. You know what I mean? Oh, you might still mad about the Me Too movement and whatnot. You're saying people are getting mad at Funimation. Actually, we'll take a minute to talk about that just for a second here, because I don't know what's going on.
From what he said in the chat, I guess like they're banning an anime with sexual content.
Which okay, so
Is that all of them?
thank you, because I was thinking like I'm against that for the only reason of that's been a problem forever. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you guys do something about this a long time ago? So it's kind of strange that this is happening now. But I'm looking it up right now. Let me see. I'll type in Me Too Funimation or something like that. But I can't really find too much. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, anime gets its Me Too movement and clash between Dallas area and what? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I can't tell what the fuck's going on. God, dude, it really sucks that articles are. Look how crazy that is. She's like, dude, you want to get news from Dallas only? $2. Get the fuck out of here.
Dallas news is not even worth $2. Get out of here.
Yeah, so.
I'll teach you the way to basically get past those things later.
She's gonna steal them.
Thank you. But yeah, I feel like, you know, when it comes to sexual content, all that weird, crazy shit though that's going on with Funimation, I feel like they should easily do something where it's like, hey, this is this particular rating, and maybe you have some kind of paywall or other means of just making you not able to watch it. You know, I think that's something they should definitely try just experimenting with. But moving on from that and talking more so about these fucking things with Charlize Theron, do you feel like maybe it's kind of odd, though, that she's going off on her tangents talking shit about him right now? Because I feel like maybe she just... Like, I think it's... The last time this was talked about was in 2018. So why is this happening now? Gonjo, I'm going to get your opinion on this first, man. Like, what do you think is going on between her and Steven Seagal, and... do you agree with her statements about?
Maybe it's just one of those things that she's finally feels courage enough to kind of bring it up, especially with everything going on now with all the wrestlers, the comedians, and pretty much just Me Too kind of setting the pathway for people to come out and feel like admit to the sexual assaults that they've experienced, whether you know they actually happened or was it just regular accusation and all that to be determined in the courts. But at least people are coming out and sharing their experiences more, so these things don't get swept under the rug, whether they be guilty or not. That's just one thing that's always good. You always want crime out in the open, and then do it, like take things from there. But when it comes to the Steven Seagal thing, I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised in the slightest because, as I mentioned, the man was a serial cheater. Now, cheating necessarily does not mean you'll be a sexual predator or a sexual assaulter. But the fact is, the man had like a lot of like accusations of him assaulting his wives as well.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even know about that shit either.
Yeah, and then he like when you hear stories about him and how he is with like just being crazy on staff and just walking around with guns and shit. And just when you see how he acted on the TV show as he was given like cop powers, like legit cop powers, it's kind of pointing out like not a pretty cool kind of dude is what Steven Seagal really is. So I didn't think he would be guilty of sexual assault, but it's not outside his wheelhouse from the type of dude that I saw him actually be within the reality shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, the shoe fucking fits, right? I mean, yeah I can kind of see that being the case, too.
I mean, he got sued for taking a take into someone's house and ended up being innocent.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. That's how the cop show ended, because he took a military tank and drove it through someone's house.
Fuck, man. Yeah, it's fucking rough. And, like, Roxy, I'm going to get your opinion on this, too. What do you feel about her statements about not only that kind of stuff, but also just about, like, you know, insulting its movies and everything, too? And then, you know, someone actually asked her right at the end here, I forgot to bring this up, but someone said, like, hey, didn't you date Sean Penn for a while? And she's like, nope, that never happened. Fuck you. Like, I don't even know.
And Sean Penn is another one that's been accused multiple times of being a woman abuser.
Yeah, so, but Roxy, what do you feel about this?
About Sean Penn? Fuck Sean Penn, because he was the one who fucked over the interview with El Chapo. So I got a grudge against him for that, along with being an abuser. And fuck Steven Seagal and his greasy ass Italian shoes. I'm sick of his shit. I'm so sick of Steven Seagal. I'm tired because when I used to grow up, you know, I'm still growing, but like before, you know, my aunt would just go on like, oh my God, he's so handsome. Like he's such a fighter. He's strong and this and that. And it's like, tired of his shit. Something about him just doesn't seem right to me. But what's her particular reason for just going off on him? Like, but on the stance of where she does talk about, at least from what I saw in the article, that she touches on that women don't necessarily have to adopt a male fighting style. I do agree with that. People should be able to fight however they want. Mm-hmm. There isn't really like a set blueprint for
For fighting, 'cause
know,
everybody fights.
for fighting. It's just throw hands.
Yeah, defend
Throw
yourself.
motherfucking hands.
Especially
But
within
why
the
is
guise of a movie.
she? But why is she going off on him like in particular? Did he say something like against her, or was this just like frustration over like the Charlie's Angels thing, or what?
See, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, maybe it was that, but it says over here too that when she was in this interview, and I forgot with who, it doesn't say here, but it says in her quote, "When I make a movie like The Old Guard, and I'll go online to watch fighters or watch people fight, and you always come across that odd Steven Seagal video of him fighting in Japan, but he really isn't." And apparently she said this on the Howard Stern show, so that's who it was. So you know when Howard Stern's on, he's gonna try to get all the dirt he fucking can out of anybody. Mm-hmm. And then he said, with Stern agreeing that Seagal 6'8" doesn't appear to be in great shape these days. So Charlize Theron stepped up her attack and said, "I have no problem talking shit about him because he's not very nice to women, so fuck you." She didn't, added to the conversation there. And my whole thing here too is just kind of like, yeah, I mean, consider the source of what's actually happening. She's trying to say the most craziest shit in this particular interview with Howard Stern. It's not that Steven Seagal did anything that's kind of crazy now, but at the same time, it's like if you have that particular platform, go ahead and talk shit. And it's funny that Howard Stern's like, "Hey man, well, this guy's out of shape." It's like, well, yeah, he's not fucking making Above the Law 2 right now, you motherfucker. Like, he's fucking old. Like,
But a lot of people still want to present that image. Like, remember Steven Seagal back in his heyday? Like, he could still kick my ass. Like, no.
The same thing goes with what's the name? The one that was always said that could beat anybody. It was a running joke on the internet for a while.
Fuck, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. He's another one that everyone has like fond memories of. But if you ever look into him, he's like a real kind of racist ass scumbag.
Dude, okay, why was that a joke? I don't get that joke.
I don't know, and I blame early internet memes for that.
Did that shit start on Reddit?
I don't know. This is like I think this is pre-Reddit.
You know what? I'm going to know your meme.
You
I'll
should.
get back to you.
She's going in.
She's going in deep, y'all. Hack the mainframe jet.
Yeah, no, I'm curious too, though. Like, to be honest, like, yeah, you can definitely let me know what's going on there, because yeah, I mean, that was a stupid joke, and at the same time, I think some people don't really know like that it is a joke, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Chuck Norris is the fucking shit." I'm kind of like, dude, no, he's not. The motherfucker's doing those like weird like pull-up thingies or whatever, like late at night in the infomercials and everything. Like, what the fuck has he done? He's never done anything cool in my lifetime. And Steven Seagal, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like, when Charlize Theron was talking shit about this, I went back and watched some of the stuff. He's slapping the fuck out of people. Sometimes the slaps don't even fucking hit. Like, his character is really stiff in a sense of like no one gets to get their shots on him. At least John McClane, Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, they fall down, they get beat up too. Seagal is fucking pretty the whole time.
I was going to mention that too. Like, if you actually do want, I'm not saying he's like the only option, but Schwarzenegger is a better fighter. And at least he's still trying to like maintain that shape. Like, yeah, he lost it, but he's still out there working out. He's still out there like posting workout videos. At least he's still trying to like keep up with that. He's actually taking care of his body, unlike Steven Seagal.
Yeah. And even like, yeah, like Stallone, fucking Bruce Willis has gotten lazy. I'll even admit that. He's definitely gotten lazy.
Okay. So when it comes to the whole Chuck Norris meme, apparently it started off in a bunch of different ways, but the most notorious is basically that whole fact generator. When people post a picture of someone, they'll be like, this person, and then post a fact like basically underneath their name or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically that spiraled to where people started being like, yeah, Chuck Norris, he can fight a fucking gorilla, shark, and whatever at the same time. And like basically like saying, like trying to say like it as a fact or whatever. That basically where it came from.
That makes sense now, but it's still just annoying because I'm just like, there is people that actually are pretty fucking awesome out there, and it's like, nah, Chuck Norris, he's great. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes the internet does shit that just kind of gets my fucking nerves.
But they mostly picked Chuck Norris because he like playing alongside Bruce Lee and like apparently all his martial arts roles and shit. So combined with all that, basically they're just like, oh, this dude's so fucking powerful and shit.
Yeah. But no, I'm glad that Charlize Theron called him out for that shit, and hopefully more people are called out in that sense as well. And hopefully Steven Seagal doesn't go around touching girls and doing a bunch of weird shit. Hopefully it ends and we stop fucking around with that.
Will you stop stealing my salami also, Steven Seagal? And could you stop shoving my fucking food into your greasy ass fucking shoes?
Damn, greasy ass shoes. I
He
guess
looks
the grease
like the
got
type
that far.
of dude to have greasy ass shoes.
I'm not gonna lie. This whole time, like I honestly, like I was mixing him up with the one dude from 30 Rock.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
What the fuck was his name? Alex Baldwin.
Oh,
Oh God.
I can see that. I can see that. Especially as he's older, Al Baldwin has gotten greasy.
But like the major difference is like I guess Steven Seagal has darker hair and has the beard. Otherwise, like I was just like, isn't it the dude from 30 Rock?
Yeah. God damn. Like the thing over here says Jack Donaghy. Like what? I'm confused here. But this guy isn't he the guy who does the fucking Donald Trump thingy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a thing. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like I actually get really uncomfortable when people get lost in their impersonation of Donald Trump. Where I'm like, okay, do you like this? Like, do you enjoy just like, and yes, I'm Trump, and I'm gonna do that thing, and I'm gonna. And it's like that takes practice. I know it's an easy voice to do because it sounds like you're on fucking drugs, but like, anytime somebody does that, if they do it for longer than like fucking 2 lines of awesome comedy, I start kind of looking at you like, yeah, I think you just actually like Trump and you've been practicing.
Yep. The biggest thing with me is I've noticed that when it comes to people that do that shit, it's a sense of like, yo, isn't it ironic that this president is so dumb that it's so believable, bro? Like, think about it. Like, he could actually do this. Like, he could be this dumb. And honestly, like, yeah, no, fucking Donald Trump, his stupidity is endless like the sands on a beach. But when it comes to like trying to get comedy humor out of it, it's really just like, hey, I mentioned, it wasn't this weird that he did? Wasn't it racist what he did here? Yeah, I know you don't like him, man. Like, just laugh because you don't like him, right? You don't like him.
Yeah, it's like, it's still. I'm not saying like, oh, don't bully
I thought
him.
Donald Trump was going to make comedy more funny because, like, with fascist office, there's the more things to make fun of. But it just made people more lazy.
Thank you. Yeah, it's and I hate that trope of that joke. Like anytime a stand-up comedian does that shit, I get fucking instantly irritated. I'm like, nope, nah, I'm not even giving you my fucking attention. Fuck you, not doing it. Let me see real quick. And by the way, I'm actually in the middle of doing this thing for Corey here on this fucking Dropbox thing. Hopefully it works, but whatever. But what the fuck was I gonna bring up next? I was gonna bring up something. Well, first of all, like, yeah, Roxy, what do you feel about when people do the Donald Trump thing? Do you think when people get lost in the sauce on doing an impersonation, do you ever get like uncomfortable or kind of like questionable?
I feel like sometimes you guys get lost in the sauce whenever I do my impression, because maybe you wonder like why I do it so well.
Yeah, honestly, I do wonder. My God, you must have practiced that, or you knew a lot of motherfuckers.
I'm pretty good at mimicry. I'm not saying like I can repeat every single sound I've ever heard, but I grew up with some fucked up people, man. But when it comes to the Trump thing, if someone does it too well and they get too lost in the sauce, it's like, oh, this could take a turn. This could take so many fucking turns, and you're revealing a lot about yourself in there.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And I know like there's a big elephant in the room. You know, Chris Herman does it a lot. I'm not trying to talk shit about him in particular. It's just, but like the other white people do that. And are kind of like, all right, like we get it. Either you're being a lazy
He does a
jokester.
Trump impression?
Yeah, but he like does long ones. Like it's a whole ass story.
I've never seen him do a Trump impression. Like the only thing I know him for, like other than being like a good dude, is shaking his ass on camera.
Oh, okay. See, earlier when you were talking about the other Chris, I thought you were talking about him, and I just kept thinking of Chris Herman's bouncing ass, and he's my friend, and I don't like that.
I said the other Chris that we hung out with in Vegas, but when it comes to Chris Herman, the only things I've been seeing like posted about him is just clips of him just shaking his ass in the camera, or people posting like zoomed in pictures of his ass, like. So I thought, okay, that was his thing. Like he's the ass shaking dude, I guess.
Yeah, very much. But hey,
I never knew he did impressions.
But you know what? It's very youthful to have that particular character to yourself, so it's all good. But here's the thing, guys. Double Toast is actually on right now. I'm gonna.
Damn, Cedric went in.
Wait, what did he say? He hates no pizza. Fuck him and his no ass twerking. Damn. I really hope I fucking love that pizza from goddamn Chicago.
You're not.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, because you guys are just referring to deep dish. Like they have like regular people pizza in Chicago.
I can tell you with how picky you are about food, you will not like Chicago deep dish.
Yeah, Cedric just said it too. Expect you to hate it. God damn it! Why do you guys expect me to hate everything? I like certain things.
Because I can literally see a deep dish pizza like right in front of you, and you'd be like, "The fuck is this?"
But they do it like deep dish. Like I've had deep dish before. It's fine. Like a little bit of cheese in the crust, whatever. I'm cool with that.
You're not gonna like.
I feel like you would complain and say like this shit's like a souffle or like a pot pie, and it shouldn't be this thick.
Yeah, possibly. Well, because like for one, I don't like when things get extravagant. Like I don't even like large pizzas.
What is this? This soup or is this fucking pizza? Gross! How do you even eat this? Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, but like they do that, like especially with the fucking cheese. Like I had Little Caesars the other day, and I ate one piece. No, because the fucking for one, okay, look, all of us as pizza eaters, can we all just agree with one thing? Large pizzas should be canceled. Okay, and I think the reason why they should be canceled is because when it gets a certain length of tallness, when it's like very long, the shit just fucking crumbles. Like they can't even cut it right. And then when you pick it up and you're trying to eat the shit, it's like the weight distribution can't even fit on your hand. It just rips apart because it can't hold itself. It's like an old person. It's fucked up. Anybody else agree with me? Roxy, how about you?
I mean, it happened with a pizza slice that I tried in Austin. I tried to pick that shit up and everything just slopped off.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. And they're saying they disagree. God damn it, y'all. So you guys don't feel like gross like when you're eating that shit? It's just like, you know, and then you gotta like lick it off your
That's
fingers.
why you're not gonna like Chicago deep dish.
I swear, man. Ganji, you understand, right?
Nah, dog.
Man, fuck.
I used to like deep dish, but after a while, it's literally just lasagna pizza.
Oh, okay. So you do agree with that part. All right. Yeah, but no, Belong pizzas, man. Like, yeah, just small ones are fucking great. You can hold it any way you want. Just bite into it.
I actually like the pizza bagel more than the regular pizza.
Ooh, what's a... You know, okay, so I know...
It's like bagel bites, but it's for adults.
I'm going to look this up. I'm
Who said bagel bites were for adults?
I said it's like bagel bites, babe, but for adults. So it's a bigger version.
A bagel bite is just a bagel bite.
I want to feel like a grown-up, babe. Not
what about the Tostinos?
With your hairless ass face trying to sit here and tell me that you want to feel like an adult?
I want to feel like a man.
I want to be a grown boy. Dude,
I'm
this
a
looks
real
good.
boy, Damien.
This is... Anyways, I know we're supposed to end the show, but I am hungry. This looks
Let's
good.
talk about bagel bites.
Wait, these are not... These are not bagel bites? Or
Bagel.
You know what else is delicious? The Metropolis
Those are
Collective.
bagel bites in the corner, and that's the real one. That's the adult version.
Okay.
Oh, I can't eat this.
Yeah, you can eat
No,
all
you
of that
can't.
Illuminati right there. Why don't you?
But you can watch it every other day when we got shows coming up there. We got Metro Gaming. We got Metro Sports by the good old Cedric. I think his name's how do you spell his name?
What the fuck? You forgot?
I forgot how to say his last name. Anyways, go check out Cedric Farrell and his Metro Sports podcast on there, as well as me on Illuminati podcast with the great Birdman and Rufus Wonder. We talk about politics, cultural stuff, and all kinds of shit over at the Metro Collective on Illuminati podcast.
The Metro Collective. Oh, play this music. We gotta go.
We'll do it next time.
Cedric's gonna run up on your ass.
He's little. The Metropolis is just Metro.
His last name's Farrell.
You still pronouncing it wrong.
I'm trying to right now.
Why didn't you just say Bob, Blob, and Cedric or Cedric?
I'm trying to be fancy, Jet.
Nah, you're just digging yourself in a deeper hole.
I'm gonna go make bagel bites.
Hope you cry.
Running up your fucking driveway right now.